podcast, Industrial Hemp Educational Series. We're here joined with Jenna Owens, founder of the Fitish.
Yeah.
And we're really happy to have her here to talk about everything she's doing in the hemp space and everything that's going on.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for paving the way.
Oh, we're trying. We're really happy for Earthx to allow us to have a hemp conference inside these halls. They've talked about it, and we're finally glad to bring the education. So can you tell us more about Fitish and everything that you guys are doing?
Yeah, of course. So I originally launched Fitish. I know some of y'all here have been supportive for a while, and I appreciate that so very much. But if you were early to us, you knew we were kind of an attainable wellness site. I always wanted to do this CBD skincare, but I was taking my time with the branding and formulating these products. And I've always been a big proponent of CBD. And it was just oils for a while, just that we would take orally for anxiety and pain management. And for me, I thought, well, I know this anti-inflammatory is going to do wonders for skincare, and I think it's exceeded everyone's expectations. So I launched these products just in September of 2018 and can't keep them in stock. It's been really wonderful. I think what differentiates us from some other skincare brands on the market is not only our price point. I'm sure a lot of you have seen other CBD products and they're more expensive. But also, the quality and the content level of CBD that we use. I think it's unfortunate that a lot of brands these days are just kind of doing trace amounts to say it's in there, to be trendy. I think most of us that are more experienced know that it's a really powerful plant, and we need more of it in these products.
Right, it's not something you want to play with. So the arbitrary thresholds, if it's all, there's a lot of medicinal properties, the entourage and the different things that could make it more potent and better for the skincare, right? Too. So on the oils, it was a lot of oral tinctures and a lot of things, but now there's new products coming out. Obviously, you guys have innovated. Are there any other products that you see coming down the line for the skincare and everything like that?
We do. I think, soon we're about to launch. Our Cool Down Spray has been our best-selling product, and so this is, like I said, I created this for just its anti-inflammatory properties. I get super red. I suffer from rosacea, and once people started buying it, we were seeing that it was clearing up cystic acne, whether it was a teenager or a woman going through menopause. And then we're hearing claims about it, I have to be careful with the word cure, but, treating and healing eczema and psoriasis and all sorts of really, really serious skin conditions that can really get you down and be a problem every day. So we're excited about that. So because of its popularity, we're launching the body lotion version of Cool Down very soon, and I really believe that it could be a great fit in a hair product, and I haven't seen any of that. I've been doing a lot of research on that. I mean, it's probably giving too much away, bad business behavior on my part, but I think it's important to be transparent about what we're working on and what's in products. People these days really care about the ingredients and the quality. So I like being honest. That's kind of been our brand approach that I think has worked great. We take people behind the scenes of how we make the product, especially something, that has CBD in it. It's really cool for me to make this product in Dallas, Texas, and kind of bring awareness. I host a radio morning show, and we're on in the Bible Belt. So there's I have a huge conservative fan base that has been very apprehensive at first about, that's marijuana in there, and the number one question we get, am I going to fail a drug test? And no, for me, the number one rule of business thus far has been to educate everyone, which I know is something that you're really fond of and do a great job with.
Well, we're trying to, and showing products like these that are different ways to consume. Somebody told me about different conditions. People are making products for patients and conditions that you don't even know about it yet. So if you have something wrong or something you want to see if CBD might be able to help your condition, folks like Jenna are working to make products to fit what your conditions are.
I don't think we've ever seen anything like this in the business world, that we are actually putting something out on the market and then seeing all of its fabulous side effects. And I know this has happened in the pharmaceutical business with certain drugs that were created for one purpose, and we learn, it has a totally different, unique purpose. And that's kind of how I feel about this. Like I said, for me, it was just about redness. And so to see people writing me, teenage girls, that in 2 weeks their cystic acne is toned down and clearing up, it's emotionally overwhelming, I think, how great it is, and it's just something we can't ignore.
I told you a little bit behind the scenes, I struggled with pretty severe acne, so at growing up and seeing it, so I've kind of seen the medicines, specifically Accutane, that they could put you on, and that's not necessarily the best medicine to be taking. Any type of natural remediation or anything we could do with the skincare, we got to support not just as females, but men. If there's any men out there, this isn't something that we should shy away from. I was talking to 18 different dermatologists about what my options were. Okay, so I'm happy to see that there's things talking about cystic acne and things that can help people, because it's a mental health issue too.
It is, absolutely. I mean, it leads to, I mean, gosh, having bad skin when you're growing up in school, especially in the social media world we live in. I was just discussing that with my mom a moment ago. It's a really tough place. So, I mean, bad skin is something that affects everyone, every age, and and again, for us, we make it affordable because we don't think you should be priced out of having good skin,
Medicine.
And that's important to us to kind of keep it at a price point that is attainable. Again, back to the attainable wellness, attainable for everyone. So the Accutane is, it's rough. It's rough seeing the side effects. It's, if you have to be on something, I understand, but if we can find these substitutes like our Cool Down and our new Doing It moisturizer, it's been really exciting to see, especially as a teenager, to get off of that hardcore medication that gives you other bad, skin issues with it. You might get the acne cleared up, but then you're dealing with horrible flaky dry skin and mood swings. And, this isn't going to affect your mood at all other than making you feel a lot better because your skin's clearing up.
You feel a lot better about the situation.
I was never intending on getting into the acne business, but how can we ignore that? How can we ignore how wonderful this is topically?
I mean, when you're talking about going through puberty, guys, mental health, school dances, it's seriously, there was depression that was going on for me, and I was pretty open with it at the point. It's like I would literally try anything. I used my sister's shampoo, I used my sister's face wash. I didn't care what my hair smelled like. It was a severe issue to me. So, I mean, learning from it and seeing things, seeing what CBD can do for the skin. Because the great federal government, we can't do official studies on hemp and cannabis. So we got to go with anecdotal evidence, and it's not just in the skincare, it's not just with veterans with PTSD, it's not just with chronic pain. The things that are going on in CBD hemp and some other things, it's good stuff. So we're really happy that you're paving the way and that folks like Fitish are making things happen for different consumer bases.
Yeah, we're excited about it. I'm happy to answer any questions too. I have free product if you ask a question. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Hey, Jenna.
Hold on, he's going to turn you on.
Oh, okay. Where can we get more information on the amount of CBD that is in your products?
Oh, okay. So on our website at fitish.com, we're trying to do a really good job of showing, we have full posts about every ingredient that's in here. A lot of people want to know, people care more these days about what's in the product. So we stay as organic as possible without compromising the integrity of this formula that we've created, right? And so again, I think that's the differentiator there, is that we use more CBD. It's the dirty secret of the beauty business. If a lot of you don't know that, a brand can say that we have retinol. They can put in a drop and put it on the bottle. And that was eye-opening to me when I came out with the skincare line, and I thought, there's no way I'm going to do that if it's healing. I'm not going to use a trace amount. So, you can usually tell by the order of ingredients listed on the back of something. That's kind of a proprietary formula for us. We don't like to show the exact percentage that we use. It's the only way you can kind of differentiate your brand from something else. But, I can confirm that it's a lot, and we do third-party testing to make sure the clarity and quality of the CBD is top-notch. Yeah. Since you asked the first question, what would you like? Oh, yeah, of course you would. There you go.
Do we have any other questions about some CBD skincare? Oh, we got one right here.
Okay, hi.
Hi, so you've been talking a lot about CBD, so I have two questions. First, where is the most research being done on the kind of topical effects, like in universities or wherever? Where's that research coming from? And then secondly, are you also working with terpenes or exploring that element? Because you're speaking about healing, and aromatherapy is another aspect, so it carries that potential as well.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the second part, your second question. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we haven't delved into aromatherapy other than scents that I find soothing and more unisex, since I want to appeal to both men and women. But as for your first question with research, that's what's so incredible about this. We're kind of using this as an opportunity, and we've been instructed, by people we know in the FDA and just in terms of legislature, to document our own case studies, right? To just we have our reviews. That's what we use, right now to show. And then I have people trying out these products, and they will write me with various skin conditions that they've suffered from and tell us that it worked. So, for us, we're kind of doing it in a reverse business way. We're not making any promises, but we're offering up, please document your before and afters, track after a few days, after a week. So, we're taking all of that information. That's what we were advised to do that would be best going forward. And, it turns out, and as I'm sure you recognize, it's a lot of blogs. People that have eczema, they are constantly online. It's the best place for us to learn what's happening kind of before the research has been done. That's what's so fascinating, right? It's almost like we're ahead of this approved research. But, I think a real user-generated review is more powerful than an anonymous test group of people, at least from a business perspective for me, because I know that I'm, within legal boundaries by posting what someone else says about my product, with misspellings and all. None of that is edited. It's very important to us to be transparent. And so for us, that's what's been so impressive is before the research is out there, we try not to make bold claims and promises, but for other businesses that are here or might care about that, that's worked really well for us from that perspective, is to kind of do our own market research and let the people speak about the product instead of waiting on these trials that are going to take years before they're approved. And we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. There's too much good to be done here.
People are literally suffering. So are we going to wait for everybody to say this is good, or are we going to say the word of mouth is spreading like wildfire? If you see why the hemp laws have changed so rapidly, it's because this can help somebody in your family. This can help. And for older people or younger people who say, I don't need hemp CBD right now, well, wait till you're a little bit older and you have some cricks in your knees and you're going to wonder what that CBD stuff was all about.
It's different for everyone, what they need it for, and certain products don't work. You hear from people certain things don't work. For me, I'm trying to stay in my lane. I just want to spread the awareness and the education, but at the same time, my lane is skincare, and that's my passion when it comes to this plant. And so I'm just constantly striving for more research on, just the different parts of the plant that haven't been fully explored yet, because I think we've just barely scratched the surface.
Super happy to have Jenna here educate us, leading by example, because really what we see is a lot of people don't want to have these conversations, but it takes somebody for them to not hide behind necessarily, but somebody that you can cite, somebody that you can say, hey, look, this is working for her. So if you feel compelled to step out of your shadow, you don't know who else you might inspire to go take your medical advocacy into your own self. Doctors aren't going to be the best advocate for your health. You can be the best advocate for your health.
A real ringing endorsement for our brand is the first retailer to carry us was a really well-renowned dermatologist in the DFW area, and he bought it all. He was the first person to ask, and I was a patient of his. And his daughters had heard about CBD, and this was back in the fall, so I didn't see any other CBD skincare on the market quite yet. It was barely bubbling, and so for a dermatologist, as a doctor, to give their approval just from the little information they were able to find about CBD used topically on the skin, to stand behind it, and wouldn't you know, now they're placing orders of 600 bottles at a time because they keep selling out of it. So it's really cool from not just there's the vanity perspective of clearer skin, but then there's the dermatology side, the people that have the real serious issues, to be healing them. I think that's the most fulfilling part of it.
It's amazing. It's really happy. Do we have any more questions? We might have time for one or two.
Yes.
Okay. So I was wondering if you use anything for rosacea aside from that, or do you just use that solely?
Look, I'm not going to sit here and say Fitish is the only thing that you have to use to have perfect skin. I think everyone's skin is different. We're honest about that when we approach this. There is no reason you can't try other great CBD products on the market. Again, I will say from people that have bought ours, they say the difference sometimes with some other big name brands that have come out with this is they're just not using enough CBD in there. But no, in terms of my rosacea, I've only used the cool down. I don't have a face wash. I think it's important that CBD is left on the skin to be treated, so with face wash and body wash, I think it sounds cool, but in my opinion and my research, I feel that it's best left on the skin, right, instead of immediately washing it off. So yeah, I use other brands of face wash and makeup wipes and certain things, but in terms of my redness, it's just the cool down and that moisturizer that I use for that.
It's good. It's good. We have time for one more question. We do have a tune in from our number one man at Earthx, Mr. Lanny Shivers.
Hey, Jenna, we want to thank you for being here with Earthx.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
It means a lot to us for the Hemp Pavilion to be so successful this year, to have Commissioner Sid Miller here, to have Trimble Crow come through
Yeah.
here and support this. So thank you very much from our team to you. Please wear our Earthx shirt.
I would love to. Thank you. Is it hemp?
Open your hand.
Oh, yes. The world in my hand. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.